the World Series now. Up the Kansas City Royals up 2-0. And they're going back to New York now, where everybody had the Mets. The Mets are on the Cinderella run. Since they just knocked out the Cubs last round and everything, people are like, wow, what's going on with the Mets? Because the Royals have the first game 5-4. It was a long game, 5 hours and 30 minutes, long game. But this one wasn't exactly as long. Seven. They won 7-1, and they gave it to the Mets. So Rudy, what do you think about the series, and who do you think is going to win this series?
Um, that's a hard question to answer. I'm gonna half answer your question. I'm not gonna tell you who I think is gonna win the series,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say I think the Mets are gonna win Game 3.
Okay.
I think the Mets will come out back at home in their environment and win Game 3 because, like you said, Game 1 close game 4-5. Game 2 it was close for a while, and then Kansas City opened it up on them. That was one of the
Especially in
worst.
the fifth inning.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that was one of the worst innings that pitchers pitched the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be just one of those anomalies. So I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that the Mets will win Game 3. The series will probably go. I think it'll probably go 7, but I'm not ready to say who's gonna win yet. I have to see Game 3
All
first.
right, Rashad, what about you?
I'm saying the Royals is gonna win because they had a tough loss last year to the Giants in the World Series, losing in Game 7. So that haunts a team. Like losing that close to winning, that haunts a team. And for the Mets, who hasn't been there back since 2000,
Hmm.
where they lost that, they basically have it's a brand new team there,
Yeah.
like that's not really like accustomed to winning World Series, anything like that, and haven't been there really that environment. Kind of how like when a team first makes the playoffs in like the NBA or NFL, you'd be like, are they ready? They had a good,
Pelicans.
they had a good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like everybody thought of it, they thought of this team as a Cinderella team that made it to the World Series, but everybody was like, oh, the Royals, everybody's playing the same Royals there, especially from last year.
Yep.
So, and I feel like they have more purpose this World Series than they did last year,
Hmm.
especially since losing. Because I can firsthand say, when you lose, like when I lost in my state championship my junior year, our whole purpose our next year was to get there. Not even get there, it was to win it. We
Yeah.
didn't even say like getting there was like we knew we was getting there. Like it was like we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's more so we were focused on winning. We were so determined on winning, and that's how I feel like the Royals are. And Royals right now have plenty of hitters, plenty of way to get points. So you see they put up 7-1 on them. It's looking so much in their favor for what they have going on for them than a team that everybody's considering to be a Cinderella team, even though we can't take that off from how good the Mets are as a
Hmm.
team.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I agree with you. I think the Royals are going to end up winning the series because something the Mets have been able to do throughout this whole postseason is get the opposing team out, and the Royals aren't rocking for it. They got hitters. They got hitters, and the Mets have not been able to get the Royals out. I mean, granted, they have an ace waiting for them when they go back at home. Hopefully their pitching will get better somehow back at home. But when you have singles going and you're going in innings and you cannot get anybody out in the inning, and then the Mets or the Royals are just accumulating points on you in the inning. It's like, and then you also can't score either. Is
And that's what confused me because how good the Mets pitchers are,
yeah,
and I'm like,
that's what they're known
yeah,
for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They have their pitching court has like some of the fastest fastballs in the game. Like most of them pitch some of the fastest fastballs in the league.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, how can like that's what needs to work on. Like you're letting, even though this team is full of hitters and everything like that. Uh, at least 4 people have at least 20 home runs on the team. It's like you need the pitchers to step up, but you also need to get yourself more points going because you're definitely getting outscored this World Series right now.
Yeah,
and
especially in this last game.
Yeah,
and that's what I was sort of trying to say.
Mhm.
I think that the pitching has been a little bit uncharacteristic. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just putting it's a hunch. There's no fact behind it, but it's a hunch. I think they're gonna go home. Those nerves are gonna calm down a little bit. They're gonna be back in the Big Apple.
Mhm.
They're gonna get that pitching back. They win Game 3. If they win Game 3 and they can
it's
swing into
interesting.
Game 4, this is gonna go 7 again.
Yeah. Well, I have a quick stat for you both. The last team to come back from a 2-0 deficit was the New York Yankees back in 1996.
You know, the Yankees.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, where are them
Back
Yankees?
when we won. I don't, let's talk about them when we won.
The
4 or
Mets, the
5.
New York
Let's
Mets.
Let's talk about them when we won 4 or 5.
We're talking about New York's real team, which is the Mets.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, I know this.
All right. All right, y'all. That's gonna wrap up the show for today. Thanks everybody for who tuned in. It's WODU Studios, the best in college radio. Um, Follow KBR Sports on Twitter at KBR underscore sports. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at KBR Sports on YouTube, where you can see our past segments and past shows. And you can also go on the WODU Live YouTube channel to see our past shows. Whereas on our own individual YouTube channel, we have it broken up into segments also. But all right, y'all have a great day.
Don't forget Swaggy P.